let's talk about my hell of a high school career. I'm going to senior brunch right now, so I thought it would be fitting. I've tried reshooting this video 3 times now, and for some reason TikTok keeps deleting it. But just a disclaimer, if you have any questions about any of the things that I'm going to talk about, just comment or DM me because I'm always happy to answer and give y'all more story time. Let's start with my first 9th grade year. I have been at private Christian schools basically my entire life. So that is what my first 9th grade year entailed, was a private Christian school that I had been at since the age of 12. I had had friends throughout middle school, just friends that I had kind of outgrown just because it was a very toxic group and they would get mad at me for a lot of little things. Like when I joined cheer, they said I was trying too hard to be like popular when I really wasn't friends with the cheerleaders anyways. I just did it because when I was in lockdown, I had really nothing better to do than to learn the material. So I tried out in 8th grade and then made the JV squad my 9th grade year. So at that point, I just kind of outgrown those friends because I just didn't want to be in that environment anymore. And I went into 9th grade thinking, yeah, I'm going to make so many new friends, like on the cheer squad, we're going to be like this. Boy, was I wrong. Because of the people that I used to be friends with, all of us kind of already had like a reputation of not being like the coolest people in the grade. And I personally didn't want to sit with the people who had been so toxic to me. So I would sit with them because like, yeah, I was friends, like acquaintances more with some of them, but not like super, super close. But that's what I was doing, is I was trying to find friends with similar interests. However, it was just a very cliquey school and I was not accepted into that group just based off of who I was friends with before. And so I ended up sitting alone for part of 9th grade year. And my old friends, they would come up to me, they'd be like asking me to sit with them, and I genuinely like would have rather sat alone than have sat with them because of the way that they made me feel about myself. So I just kind of became very closed off to everybody in our grade just because I knew I wasn't really going to be accepted. Also in that school, if you're different than copy and paste like this main group of people, like if you're different than them, you're just not going to have friends. It's very, very cliquey. And they don't really accept people from like different backgrounds or groups. So I was just kind of outcast from the whole grade at that point. And that's why I ended up switching schools my first time. I wanted to switch schools to a boarding school. So that's what I did. It was a regular boarding school. It was not like another kind of boarding school, which we'll talk about later, but it was like a normal kind of boarding school. Like there were day students, there were overnight students, there were students from other countries, like everybody was just there for the education purposes. And I was really excited at first. I started making friends really fast because there were a bunch of different types of people and people thought that I was interesting because like I wasn't like, oh my god, that's the most pick me shit. Oh my god. I wasn't like a lot of the people that were there. Like when you look at me, you expect me to be different than I really am. And I hate saying that because it like sounds weird, but like it genuinely is the truth, is people just like really didn't expect me to be the way that I was, which is why I came off so interesting to them. It gets to the point, this is my second 9th grade year. I don't know if I said that. I reclassed because I was also just like really young for my grade at that point. But it got to the point where I was invited to my first high school party. I was a mess, bro. Like I don't know if I can really talk about that much on here. I'm just not going to talk about it. Let's just say it just didn't end very well. It was our homecoming after party, but that was my first screw up. And at this point, I had a boyfriend, and we only dated for like a month. I genuinely was more, I hate to admit this, but I was genuinely more interested in the fact that a guy was interested in me than I was actually interested in the guy. Anyways, if you want to hear what comes next, go to part 2. This is already getting pretty long. I'll see you later.
Get ready with me while I tell you what happened to me a few days ago. I was in the bathroom, okay? I was fixing my hair, and then I went to the bathroom. Whatever. normal activities. You know how, like, bathroom doors are, like, slow to open? Like, you open them, it's like, they all the way to the wall. Anyways, they start talking, and she's like, you cheated on me with my boyfriend, all this stuff. So, like, basically, one of the girls one of the girls' boyfriends cheated on her with the other one. Sounded like pretty close friends. Like, it wasn't like they didn't know each other. And so they were just, like, talking back and forth. Well, yelling back and forth, honestly. Meanwhile, I'm trying to be quiet because I'm like, I don't want to get involved in this. Like, this is none of my business. So I'm just sitting there like, I'm going to wait to leave until they get out. There's no way I'm walking out on this. Like, no. Anyways, so then I hear this, like, huge boom, and the girl's, like, screaming. The other girl threw her into a bathroom stall. Like, I heard the door slam open. I'm just sitting in the bathroom, like, I have no clue what to do. Because there's no way I'm getting in this girl's way. First of all, I'm terrified. Second of all, that your friend cheated with your boyfriend? Get her ass. I'm joking. I was terrified. Anywho, and then they stop fighting, whatever. One girl walks out and the other girl's sitting there. I'm pretty sure the girl that got thrown walks out. And the other girl's just sitting there on her phone, like, typing, like, really fast. And I was like, I thought they were both out because I couldn't hear her. I walk out and she's like, do you want a problem too? When I tell you, I almost peed my pants. I was like, no, I don't want a problem. I was going to the bathroom. Like somebody would do in a bathroom. But anyways, basically I was just like, no, I was just going to the bathroom. And she was like, okay, then act like it. I was like, ooh, okay, well, I don't really know how to act like it, but okay, I have to recurl my eyelashes in a second. But these girls were both, like, at least 25 because, well, they were drinking and they just, like, looked older. So I was like, sure, beat me up. I'll catch a case with you. Cops just ended up coming, and that was basically it. But it was still kind of terrifying. Do not recommend, but that's all.
Story time on how I basically kind of just got myself into a situation with a freaking senior in high school. Yeah, not funny. Okay, so basically, obviously I'm single, and I'm not really ready to mingle yet, but, you know, I'm just doing things for the plot, because, like, come on, what else am I supposed to do? It's summer, come on. So, I was going through my quick ads, or, like, the people that, like, added me. I was going through, like, my added me, you know, and I see this guy. We're gonna call him Sam. So I add Sam back, because I'm like, okay, his profile, look-y fire. And I was like, okay, he looks like he's, like, 15, 16, like, valid. So I text him, like, hey, how are you? Like, what are you doing? And he was like, I'm good. I'm at a college football camp. And I was like, oh, no. Oh, no. So I'm like, oh, cool. Like, are you in college? And he responds, no. And I was like, okay. So I just, like, popped the question because I was like, I need to know now. So I was like, okay, like, what grade are you in? Prepare yourselves. Senior in high school. Senior in high school. Mind you, I'm a freshman. Like, are we serious? Oh my gosh. So anyways, I was like, oh, shoot. Or I said, uh-oh. And he was like, what? And I was like, I'm a little too young for you. And he was like, what grade are you in? And I was like, and, like, I don't want to lie to him because he's, like, kind of local to, like, me. Like, he lives, like, 45 minutes from here. So I just didn't lie because I was like, I don't know. So I was like, I'm a freshman, ... And he was like, oh, cool. Hello. Yeah. And then he was like, okay, like, do you want to call tonight? What? Like, I'm sorry, what do you mean do you want to call tonight? Like, are we serious? Like, what do you mean you didn't just, like, block me? Like, come on, I'm 4 years younger than you. 4! Like, oh my gosh. So I was like, yeah, sure, so now I have to call him tonight. But his football thing isn't over till 10, and it's 7:15. Oh, I'm so cooked, bro. Oh my gosh. But, yeah, he was like, okay, I gotta go to football, like, buy something. He said, like, buy gorgeous or something. And I was like, okay, like, thank you. Like, what the frick? Like, I'm scared for my life, I'm not gonna lie. Like, oh, I'm a little nervous, to say the least. Like, I'm shaking a little bit. But I was like, okay, you know what, for the plot. And, like, honestly, do you know how easy it is to just hang up the phone? Like, come on. So, yeah. But I'm hoping we have good conversation. But, like, I can't do it. Like, this is just a one-night thing, because there's no way I'm gonna be with a senior in high school. Like, no, I will not allow that in my life. That's my situation. I'm gonna talk about the call tomorrow morning and my Get Ready With Me. So, yeah. Also, there won't be a Get Ready With Me Saturday morning because my friend is staying the night. And I have to go to work at like 9 a.m. And she's coming to work with me because she's getting picked up from my work. So, yes. But anyways, good night. Love you guys so much and wish you the best.
Story time on while I'm crying. Basically what happened was that I was at my friend's house for 15 minutes, bro. She needed her sweater back, so I like dropped it off. And my parents said that they can wait for me for like 5 minutes. Honestly, did take like longer, but like you can't like expect me to go to my best friend's house and be there for 5 minutes. Her aunt told me that she could like drop me off. I don't even have school tomorrow. So then my dad's calling me and he's like, why aren't you coming out? Like, I told you 5 minutes. He was fucking honking. Are you kidding me? Like, that's embarrassing. Okay, I'm like, I have to go. Told my friends I have to go. I put on my shoes and I just say goodnight to everyone. Like, my best friend's family and, like, you know, I'm just like, bye, have a good night. And then, like, I didn't want to walk back in because that's, like, my dad was spam calling me, rushing me to get outside just for him not to be there because I took, like, 2 minutes to put on my shoes and say bye, like, hello. So then I call my dad. He hangs up on me, like, 3 times while I'm outside by myself. And the thing about me is that I'm always gonna leave, like, the house, like, anybody's house, and I'm gonna say bye, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not just gonna leave. That's disrespectful. And then he, like, yells. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go pick her up, but I'm gonna ground her, and I'm gonna take away her phone. Why are you acting like you let me go on vacation for, like, 2 weeks? It was 15 minutes. And I don't even want to, like, come on here, like, as a spoiled brat or whatever, but, like,
Get ready with me while I tell you about the time I got grounded for a month. So this was back in my freshman year of high school, and I actually had COVID at the time, and my parents like really cared about like COVID and like getting sick because my family has like health issues, and COVID was like still pretty big during this time, so it was a big deal for us. So when I had COVID, I couldn't go anywhere but my room. Like, I'd have to tell my parents, like, when I'm going upstairs to get, like, food from the kitchen because they didn't want anybody else to get it, which was honestly valid for the time because people were, like, dying because of it. Anyway, so I had COVID. I was really bored. I couldn't do anything but, like, be in my room. And 2 of my other, like, best friends at this time had COVID too, so we were all so bored. And we decided one night, it was, like, a random Wednesday. I don't really know why, but we all decided one night to get picked up and sneak out. We didn't have our license at the time because we were, like, 15, so we had to get somebody to pick us up. And we knew this guy who was a junior, and he said he would pick us up. I had never snuck out of my house this time. I was always so scared because, like, I have a Ring camera, but I can literally sneak out so easily, like, out my window because I live in the basement. So it's like midnight and I get picked up. Everything was like fine. It was fun. We didn't really do anything. The only thing I remember doing was driving around and going to Cub, like 30 minutes away from my house. So this was definitely not worth getting grounded for a month for. But anyways, I got really bored and I wanted to go home. It was like 2 a.m. We weren't doing anything. So I was like, drop me off. Like, I don't even want to be here right now. I make it back into my house. I'm thinking nothing of it because my parents aren't waiting for me when I'm like back. Like, I thought I was good. I literally thought I was completely fine. I wasn't. But my friends decided they wanted to keep driving around with this guy, so I was like, okay. I fell back asleep, and then at 4 a.m, my mom comes bursting in my room. She is blaring, this is so funny, like, thinking back on it. She's blaring, like, something on the speaker. I don't even know what it was. Like, she, like, tried to scare me, basically. Which was valid, but, like, bro, I was bawling. I was crying. She burst in my room, was like, where did you go last night? What the fuck? Like, cussing me out, basically. I was like, what do you mean? Like, I didn't go anywhere. Like, whatever, trying to play the innocent card or whatever. Basically what happened was my friend got home at 4 in the morning and she woke her dog up. Her dog starts barking. Her mom comes downstairs and sees her going into her house as her dog's like barking at her. I don't know if that makes sense, but her mom sees her come into her house at 4 in the morning and says like, let me look through your phone. Let me like, what are you fucking doing? Like whatever. So she looks through her phone, sees videos of me and like this other girl. Then of course her mom messages my mom because again, we were all best friends. And then basically just tells my mom that I was out at 2 in the morning and got picked up by a junior in high school. Again, I was 15, so. I was honestly a really bad kid during my like high school. There's still like so many things that I just never got caught for, which I'm so grateful about because it was pretty bad. So anyways, my mom groused me for an entire month, and again, I had COVID and couldn't even like go upstairs, like couldn't do anything. And when me and my siblings like get grounded, we get our phones taken away, we get our like computers taken away, iPads, literally everything, like TV if we had one, like everything is like gone. I even had to get my school computer taken away because they knew I would watch Netflix on it at night. So me alone, having COVID in my room with no phone, no computer, no nothing, like literally nothing. I think I read like 4 books. I think I rearranged my room like 5 times. Like I was so fucking bored. Like that was actually hell. And then eventually when like I got a little bit less sick and then I could go to school, I still didn't have my phone for like 3 more weeks after that, and I had to like go to school. I couldn't like get picked up or anything. Like I couldn't do anything for like 3 more weeks, and that was again literally hell for me because I was a freshman in high school. Like I needed my phone. But anyways, I'm done with my makeup. Hope you guys enjoyed this story time. I don't think I've been grounded since, thank God. At least not for anything too bad, but thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
I went on one date with a guy, and not even 24 hours later, he was trying to control every little bit of my life. So I went on a date on Friday night. It was a guy that I'd never met before. We met through a mutual friend. He was very sweet on the date. He like paid for my meals, opened my car door, like the whole thing. I didn't really get any red flags. Like he was so fun the entire time, and I'm not gonna lie, I did make out with him in his car by the end of the night. And then when I got home, he FaceTimed me for 2 hours. Like we were like having a good old time. Come Saturday, he starts to notice that like when I say it's active on Snapchat, like I wasn't responding to him, loses his mind. He gets so mad and he's like, you have to respond to me when it says you're active. Like it's not okay. Like why are you active and not responding? I literally met you 24 hours ago. Calm it down. That was the first sign in my head. I was like, what is going on? Then I had 2 birthday parties to go to later that day. I told him I was like, hey, like I'm going to 2 parties later today. Again, he starts losing his mind. He's like, you're such a partier, you're a drinker. Like are there guys there? You're gonna cheat on me. We're not even dating. So even if I was talking to other guys, it's none of your business and it shouldn't matter. So in my head, I'm like, this is crazy. What is this conversation? And then the dress that I wore to one of the birthday parties and then the outfit that I wore to this like Halloween party thing, he told me that it was like inappropriate. I shouldn't wear it out. Like basically just trying to get other guys' attention by wearing the dress that I was wearing. My outfits were not even bad. And also you just don't have the right to tell me what I can and can't wear. While I'm at this birthday party, which mind you is for one of my best friends, he's texting me the entire time. Will literally be like, I can see that you're active, like respond to me. And then he asked me to send a video of who was at the party. Who do you think you are? And I told him that I like wasn't gonna do that because like literally what? And he got so mad. Like mad to the point where he just like started ignoring me, like all this stuff. So I called him later that night and he was like acting like a little baby about it. Like actually like a baby. Like he was like whining about the whole thing. Come Sunday, which was yesterday, he like loses his mind because I'm in the gym and I went on Snapchat literally just to like see how I looked or something, and he saw that I was active and again like lost it, and he's like, you're not responding. And he's like, if I'm making an effort to respond while I'm at work, you can make an effort to respond when you're at the gym. And we were talking about like Halloween and homecoming and stuff, and I told him that obviously I was going to a homecoming after party and then I'm gonna go out on Halloween. And he was like, oh my gosh, you're such a partier, like you're gonna go hook up with guys. You don't know anything about me nor about my lifestyle, so like how can you even say that? And then he told me he doesn't want me having any guy friends if we were dating because like that's not okay. He's allowed to have girlfriends, but I can't have any guy friends. So then last night we were on FaceTime and I told him like, hey, I'm gonna hang up the call now, like I'm gonna go get in bed and I like to read my book before I go to bed. This man seriously looked at me and was like, don't hang up this call. No, like I'm gonna hang up the call, like I'm going to bed. He was like, you're not going to bed, like do not hang up this call, don't you dare hang up this call. I was like, I had also on that FaceTime call showed him my outfit that I was gonna wear to school tomorrow. He took one look at it and was like, you're just dressing up for other guys, you just want male attention with that outfit, you're asking for it. And like went on this entire rant about how I'm just asking for male attention with the outfit that I was planning to wear. You have literally zero right to comment on my clothes. I also told him that it was my dream to live in New York City, and he looked me dead in the face and was like, we're not living in New York City. Who said anything about we? He's like, Ella, if we're still together, like in a few years. Like, we're not living in New York City. I hope you know that. We went on one date and we're not dating. Only with that attitude, we're not going to be together in a few years. So obviously after he told me to not hang up that phone call, I did anyways. Respect my time. Hello. And he literally got so pissed at me and started like spam texting me. And he's like, I can't believe you did this. Like, I'm ignoring you for weeks. And I was like, good. I'm planning on dropping you anyways. Like, I don't care. So then I basically just went on this whole rant and I was like, oh, by the way, if you're going to say that, then also you can't tell me what I can't wear. You can't tell me who I can't be friends with. Started saying he was like joking and all this stuff. And he's like, oh my God, like stop, like come back. I was kidding. Well, it's actually not a joke to me. And then I told him to basically think long and hard about that because I was going to bed. He proceeded to spam call me like literally 20 times on FaceTime, 20 times on Snapchat video, spam texted me, spam called me. I still haven't responded. The plan is just to give him like a little paragraph on basically everything that he's doing wrong, everything that he should consider when going into another relationship in the future. So if you're wondering how my date on Friday night went, there you go. Love you guys. Bye.
My school ended up calling CPS on my mom. Grab your chips, snack, drinks, because this is going to be a good story time. Now, this does take place back when I was in 7th grade, so it's been like years. My mom did not allow me to date. Even though I had a phone, I was talking to a boy, even though I was not allowed to date. So my mom tells me to always put my phone in her room around 9 or 10, right? And mind you, I think this was a Friday or a Saturday. I'm not 100% sure, but it was like towards the weekend already. Obviously, I delete all the messages that I had with the guy because I did not want my mom to see it, because occasionally my mom would check my phone. But this time I forgot to delete the messages. And obviously she went through it and she found out that I was talking to a boy. So obviously she told me, you're not going to be using your phone anymore for the rest of the weekend. You're only going to use it for school, and that is it. I'm being, how can I say, not a good kid. I was not a good kid, okay? I was telling her like, oh, well, I'm already grown. I should have a boyfriend already. I don't know why you're telling me no. Yes, I was very bad on my part. Skip to Monday, trying to convince her on the way to school so I could have my phone for like after school. So not just use it for school, but also use it after school. And obviously she said, no, I already told you no, you're only gonna use it for school, and that is it. For any emergency, I guess. I did not like that. So I got really mad, disrespectful with her, and I started raising my voice. I said, well, I'm gonna have a boyfriend. If I want a boyfriend, you can't tell me no. So my mom, I guess in the heat of the moment, she gave me a smack in the mouth. And it wasn't like a bad smack in the mouth. It was just like a little like that. And obviously like I was talking and then my lip hit like my teeth, and then obviously I started bleeding. Mind you, we had uniforms, okay? I was in 7th grade, and guess the color of the damn uniforms were? White. It was either white or baby blue. You could wear either or, and I was wearing white that day. And I remember obviously like I am bleeding out of my mouth. My mom is literally turning right to drop me off to school. I'm over here like crying, and then obviously like I get off of the car. Blood is on my sweater, okay? There's literally blood on my sweater. And at the entrance, there was 3 doors. Obviously, you could go through any 3, but they had 2 teachers on each door. And obviously, walking in, they see me and they see all the blood. And they're like, oh my God, are you okay? And obviously, I'm in 7th grade. I don't really know anything better. So I said, no, my mom hit me. Obviously, the teacher that I was talking to, she said, okay, well, that's not good. You need to go talk to your counselor. And she immediately took me to see the counselor. The school ended up calling the police, and they had 2 police officers come in. It was a woman and a man. They told me to explain what had happened. I just said, oh, we just got in an argument. They're telling me, hey, that's not okay. We're gonna have to take some pictures. So they took pictures of my lip, which it had like a cut like right here. They told me that they were gonna have someone, I guess the program, which is CPS, go to your house. I didn't know what CPS was, okay? So all I said was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And obviously, since they have my information, they have where I lived and everything. That same day, my mom ended up calling me, and she was already like all good. Like if nothing happened that morning, she was like, oh, hey, you want to go eat after you come home, because I took the bus.
And she was like, do you want to go out to eat? Like, we'll buy you your favorite food or whatever. And I guess that's just the way that Mexican parents apologize. It's with food. So I was like, oh yeah. And then I told them like, oh yeah, by the way, like there was some officers, they saw me bleeding and they called CPS. She was just like, why would you do that? You were not supposed to say anything. And then I told her, well, what was I supposed to do? Like, they saw blood on my clothes. And then just asked me. And she was like, well, you could have just said something else. Why did I have to say that? And I guess she started to explain to me what CPS was. My dad was also on the phone. So they were already kind of like cussing me out without the cuss words. They were just like, why would you do that? Like, just wait till you get home. We're gonna talk about this and stuff like that. Yeah, I was scared shitless to go home. Eventually got home and my mom was telling me, like, I guess explain it to me more of what CPS was. And she was like, oh, well, your brothers, if they, if they come and they see that something's wrong, that they're gonna take you and your brothers. Like, I'm not gonna be with y'all anymore. And obviously that's when I'm starting to feel like, oh my God, what did I do? CPS lady ended up coming a couple days later, and obviously, she was actually a really nice lady, super nice lady, but she just came a couple times to the house to see if like we were okay. She ended up pulling my brothers aside, like each of us. She pulled me and my two brothers like separately to talk to them separately and to see if there was something that I guess my parents were doing to us. So that lady ended up talking to her mom like, hey, like if you ever, if they ever disrespectful, just give them a smack in the butt, and that is it. Like, don't do nothing to the face, nothing of that. Like, you shouldn't even be doing that in the first place. And obviously my mom's like, yes, like I understand. It was the heat of the moment, and she has never laid a hand on me like that ever again. I was a very bad child, literally like very early teens. I was super bad, and I have another story of when I sneaked out, but that's for another time. But yeah, the school called CPS on my mom, but that's the story. What do you think? I already know. I can already hear the comments like, you were bad. Yep, I was a really bad child, and I know that, and I have apologized for that to my mother. But other than that, that is the story time for today.
Story time on how my mom found out that I was getting down. So me and my boyfriend, we were at Wawa, and I left my phone at his house to charge, and my mom was like texting me, like spam calling me, but I didn't have my phone on me. So we get home from Wawa, and he notices that my mom is like spam calling me. So I pick up my phone and I open the messages. I'll like put a screenshot of what she said. How she found the pregnancy test was my sister was looking in my bag for panty liners, and she found 2 pregnancy tests, so she snitched on me, so thank you. But like, I was scared for my life. Like, I did not go home for like 2 hours after, because I knew as soon as I went home she was going to take my phone and yell at me and make me break up with him. So I was like, no, I'm not coming home until you calm down. But then she started threatening me with the cops, so I was like, okay, I gotta go. I'm on the way home, and his sister's driving me home, and he's in the car too. I was telling my boyfriend, like, you have to come in with me, like, I'm not doing. And he agreed to talk to my mom, because it's like, it's not my fault, it's also his fault. So I was like, Mom, come down here and talk. And she goes, no, what you're gonna do is piss on the stick and give me the phone. So I had to go upstairs, grab the pregnancy test, obviously pee on it. It was negative. Like 30 minutes later, he's like on the top of the stairs, and like my boyfriend at the time, he went up to like go talk to her, and like she comes out, and then like they were talking from like up the stairs and like downstairs. But he was just like apologizing and saying like, I don't want to break up with her. Which we ended up breaking up. So she wasn't yelling at him or anything, and then when he left, I was like, wow, like I'm cooked. But I actually wasn't. Literally all that happened was he left, I went upstairs, and I went in my room, and she didn't talk to me for like 3 hours after. And then she came in, didn't yell at me, didn't even talk to me about it. I still have my phone, and she was just talking about something random with my sister. She was obviously so mad, but like she didn't let me do anything. Like, she didn't let me hang out with my friends. But we just like never like talked about it until like 3 weeks after.
I'm back to tell you more crazy things that happened with my mom, but this time we're adding a new crazy side character.
my sister. One story that comes to my mind is that my mom made my sister dinner, and she made it with like white rice instead of brown rice, and my sister got so mad by that she literally threw the plate at my mom's head. My mom literally did everything for her. Like, she let her think that she could get away. My mom just bent literally to my sister's like every dying need, and she just did everything for her. And so like my sister started to like snap when she was like 15. I don't know like why she went insane, but she started to get like all these crazy anger issues, and the cops would be at her house at least like 2 times a month, and it was so fun. My sister was just really a violent person and really like angry, and she had issues, okay? I mean, like, we all had issues living there, okay? So she wasn't the only one, obviously, but she just took it out in mean ways. And I would try to defend myself, and my mom would tell me to defend myself, but then I would defend myself, and I would literally get screamed at for no reason. Be like, why'd you defend yourself? Why'd you defend yourself? But then when I would talk to her about it separately, she would tell me to defend myself, but when I would defend myself, I would get grounded. Nothing happened to my sister, literally nothing. She could beat up my mom, she could break doors, she could do whatever, and my mom didn't care. Now that we're going into the whole breaking doors thing, my sister would literally break doors and break into rooms. I taught her how to break into rooms. I literally don't know why I did that. She would break into rooms, and my mom proceeded to get herself a new lock on her door and just like leave me out, and that was basically it. Like, my sister could still break into my room. She couldn't get into my mom's though, just mine. My mom got a door with a key, but like my door, you could put like a little thing like this in, or a Q-tip, and you could just like push the lock through and it would just like open. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not perfect either. Like, I pushed my sister down the stairs one time, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. But I'm just saying, I'm not perfect. My mom always told me that I was just the guinea pig child, and it didn't really matter how she parented me because she could just fix it with my sister, which she obviously didn't fix it with my sister, because do you see how she looks now? Do you see what she's into? Do you see what she does? Like, she didn't fix it, okay? So I don't really know what that's saying, because look at me, I'm chilling in my studio. Never sat right with me being called the guinea pig child, because she literally just kept saying she just didn't care how she parented me because it was just like a test run. Like, what the fuck do you mean, lady? Sometimes my mom would text me and be like, are you home? And I would have been home for like 4 days. Like, I would literally be home. You could openly see my car in the garage, but she would still text me and be like, are you home? Where have you been? When I've been home the whole time. She just never really cared about what I was up to until it was like a reason for her to get mad and be like, what are you doing? Like, you know, like when she could get mad, then she all of a sudden like gave a fuck about where the fuck I was. But before that, she did not care at all. She became a little bit better for a little bit when I was like 15, when she saw I wanted to like myself, you know. Then she became a little bit nicer, but that lasted like 3 months. My mom would also tell me that she was trying to get my sister taken out of the house and put into a group home, and that she just didn't care at all, and that she was so over it. Then she would just be laughing at me with my sister like the next week, and it didn't make any sense to me, because like I just didn't understand, like, how can you say that you just don't want someone in this house and all that, and then just like shit talk me the next week? That's just what she does as a parent, I guess, but still, like, fuck. I don't know what type of parenting method she's using or where the fuck she got it from, but wherever she did, ooh. I know parents leave their kids home alone all the time, but sometimes she would literally just go to North Carolina in the middle of the week for like a whole week, and I had school and everything. My sister had school, and it wasn't, you know, like, she just dipped. Never made sense to me. Like, she literally would just like book a flight and be like, bye. Like, first of all, where the fuck was my invite? Lost in the mail? She just like literally wanted to escape us so bad. Like, fuck. My mom got my sister this German Shepherd, like literally like a purebred German Shepherd. She got her this dog, and this dog like literally ended up being the most vicious dog. Like, it would attack me, it would attack my friends, literally attack the fuck out of my friend, and like cut her leg, broke her pants, everything, and she was bleeding, everything. My mom like gave no fucks, and she would blame everybody but the dog, and she said that I could only leave my rooms at certain times after we got the dog, so I could never like really leave my room at certain times because the dog would be out, and I just knew that I couldn't go out by the dog. But the dog literally gave no fucks about everybody else. Like, everybody else could be out there, but it was just like me and my friends. Like, we could never be out of the like my room, and it was like, I also would have to text before I would leave my room too and be like, can I come out of my room or what? And she could be like, no, you can't, the dog's out, and I would literally have to stay locked in my room. It was the nicest puppy ever, I swear. I don't know where the fuck they went wrong or
what, but he literally went crazy, and we had to send him away for training for a few months, and then he came back and he was still attacking the fuck out of everybody except like them, so it's whatever. I was the one who got banished to my room, so it's fine. I wonder if the dog is still attacking everybody. She made me get rid of my cat, and then it attacked my other cat, and so we had to get rid of my other cat too. And it was just like a whole thing, and then he attacked my cat too. Like, okay, I had 3 cats, but he like attacked my baby cat, and he literally had to get stitches on his paw, and it was like the most horrifying thing for me ever as a cat mom, and I just hated the dog ever since then. Well, I mean, I hated him before that, but that drew the line. I wonder if they're still being crazy together. Like, I literally wonder, like, should I drive past their house and like just be like, what are y'all up to? Or no, that's actually stalkers. Like, my mom would actually probably put me in jail. My family's kind of cuckoo, but I'm free from them now, and I'm living my best life in my little studio apartment with my cat. I actually don't know where he is, but I'm living my best life now, so it doesn't even matter.
Get ready with me while I tell you about my horror story with the girl who was my best friend, and we went on a beach trip. I just want to start this off by saying that this is not in any way, shape, or form me wanting to send hate to this girl. No. Do I like her? No. But forgiveness is key. Being forgiving, not hating others, kind of thing. So I'm not gonna hold a grudge on somebody just because we're teenagers and we're dumb and we argue. So we went on a beach trip to a beach that's about hour away from my house, I'd say. And we were going for the 4th of July, you know. A lot of people go there for the 4th on a place called Back Beach. If you're from around here, you'll know what that is. But we were basically like, her birthday is the 2nd of July, and we were like, okay, well, we can just tell our parents that it's also like we want to be there for her birthday. So that was like another thing that we like told our parents for reasoning why we wanted to stay down there from July 1st through the July 5th. So our parents say yes. They agree. We have everything planned out. Her mom's coming with us to stay at the beach house, and we're excited. And we planned this all out in about June, I'd say. And I agreed that I would pay her mom back because her mom's the one that is like renting out the beach house. So I was like, yeah, I'll pay you back. Mind you, I had to pay $819, I think, total to go stay at this beach house. Also, full disclosure, I was going to pay her back. Like, I planned on paying her back. I actually did, by the way, if you're thinking that I didn't. It's just I'm a teenager and I'm also a girl or a woman, and it's kind of hard for me to make a lot of money. So I was currently at the time working at an ice cream shop making $7.25 an hour, and I was like, I'll pay you as soon as I can. Her mom was like non-stop asking my friend to like tell me to pay her back, like I need to pay her back, and I was like, I also don't get a lot of hours, I live off of tips, and there's really nothing that I could have done to pay her any sooner. So I told my dad this, and he's like, alright, well, I'll pay her, and then you pay me back, so you don't have to feel so rushed by it, because I know you'll pay me back, and I'm sure it'll take the ease off of it. Also, let's just take a moment to admire these Morphe brushes. Not sponsored, I just love them. Like, I've never really used Morphe, but these brushes blend so well. So, it's the day before the trip. I go over to her house, and oh my gosh, I cannot freaking think. I go to her house to stay the night because the next morning we're getting our nails done, and I stayed the night at her house, and we hung out with her boyfriend that night, and then next morning wake up, go get our nails done, and then we get ready to pack
or I'm helping her pack. She's making me pack for her, basically. She's like, can you help me pack? But is making me put everything in her suitcase, which I'm a nice person. I don't mind that. But this isn't the only time that she asks me to do everything for her. So I drive a Jeep. I drive a 2-door Jeep, not a 4-door or 2-door Jeep. So I don't have a lot of trunk space. I don't have a lot of space in my car at all, period. Remember that for later on in the story. We go to leave, and we're like putting stuff in the car, and Mom's like, do you really need to take your Jeep? Do you really need to? And I'm like, yes. Like, what if I had an emergency and I had to drive back home? I'm obviously not gonna take one of your cars. Like, yes, obviously I'm gonna take my car, because what if I have an emergency? And my friend wanted to take her car, which is also a 2-door car. So, you know, we didn't have a lot of room, but we were bringing a lot of stuff because we were staying there for like 6 days, because we got an extra day added. So we stayed there June 30th through July 5th. And yeah, so our check-in time wasn't until 3. So we leave, we go to Target. I get a new bathing suit. Then we end up like, and then we get there. We finally get to the beach house, and everything's fine. Everything's fine. I pick the bunk bed because I love bunk beds. And I would rather sleep on a bunk bed than a bed, because, you know, it's not every day you get to sleep in a bunk bed. Well, trip's going great. We go out to dinner that night. I get a poke bowl, you know. Wanted to be a clean, healthy girl. But, you know, obviously this whole trip I wasn't. You know, I just wanted to at least eat one healthy thing on this trip, because I knew I was going to be eating, like, absolute crap the rest of it. Well, she is asking me to do everything for her. She could ask me to grab something for her that was, like, right next to her. Like, I'm sorry. Like, obviously I did it because I'm a nice friend, but there were some times that I was like, no, you can go get it yourself. We also, so I have a cooler that we painted together, actually. And, we, like, brought it because, you know, why wouldn't she want to bring a cooler to the beach? And she was like, I didn't really want to bring the cooler to the beach. I just really didn't, but she wanted to, and, you know, it's whatever. And so we get there, and she's like, Emma, can you carry it? Like, I don't want to carry it. And I'm like, no, you brought it, you wanted to bring it, you put your stuff in it, I'm not carrying it. I don't know if that makes me sound mean, but I'm that person that if you want to bring it, you can carry it. Well, I just want to say, I don't condone cheating. I hate cheaters, actually, because I have been cheated on in every relationship I've ever been in. She was talking about cheating on her boyfriend the entire time. No hate to her, but, like, I don't condone cheaters. Remember that. So, her mom was having heart issues, and, and so she left. Her brother stayed with us, and they got into an argument on her birthday. So her brother stayed with us, and we were having fun, you know, we were just living life, and she's still talking about cheating on her boyfriend. Every time after he'd leave the beach house from hanging out with us, oh, we need to go out, like, we need to find a 2-man, and I'm like, okay. Because obviously, and I actually met my boyfriend that I have now on the 4th of July at the beach, which is really funny. So the night that I actually met my boyfriend, I think Savannah was trying to mess with his friend, but they weren't really, like, talking. It was more of, like, me and Mason, my boyfriend, me, Mason, and his friend, talking about it, or talking to each other. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, there's something in my eye. Sorry, there was something in my eye. I actually might have to make a part 2 on this whole story. I don't even know if anyone's gonna see this, but, so I told them that they can park outside of the beach house, because who wants to drive home on the 4th of July? There was a bunch of traffic, and her mom actually wanted us to go home that night, which was going to ruin all of my 4th of July plans, and I was like, no, if you want us to leave, you can pay me back my money. Obviously, we stayed the night, and my friend got like really mad at me for letting them park in there. Like, my brother's gonna freak out, and I'm like, it's not like they were sleeping in the house. And they put some of their things in my car, like all their beach chairs and some firewood, and I was like, I don't have enough room, nor do I have enough gas to make it to your house. I'm gonna try to speed this up, but I literally, like, I was like, I can't bring it. I went home, took a nap because I stayed up really late and went to sleep late and woke up really early. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to make a part 2. If you want me to make a part 2, please let me know, because yeah.
Time about yesterday, literally one of the most stressful days of my life. If you need any context, you can watch the Get Ready With Me I posted yesterday, but honestly, you shouldn't need any. So yesterday, my plan was to wake up, I was gonna get ready, get on my cute outfit, go get my nails done for my birthday, which I didn't get, these are my old ones, and then I was gonna go shopping because I had literally been waiting like 2 weeks to go shopping because I was gonna go, but then I was busy, and then I was gonna go, but I got sick, so all I wanted to do was get my nails done, be cutesy, and go shopping. On Wednesday, I was having some car trouble. That's when the car trouble started, but I was like, it'll make it until Monday, like that's the next free day that I have where the mechanic is open and I have time to go. Because, like, my car was acting a little weird, but, like, it was still driving fine. Anyways, yesterday I wake up, I'm all excited to go. I leave for my nail appointment, which is only, like, 30 minutes from my house. But I decided on the way there that I wanted some freaking pickles, so I stopped at Publix. I was literally in there for, like, 2 minutes. I didn't even need to turn my car off, and I wish that I hadn't. But I get back in my car and it won't do anything. The lights won't come on. It won't turn over. It's literally doing absolutely nothing. And then it starts making this like zapping sound every time I try and turn it on. So now I'm stranded at Publix. I'm not gonna make it to my appointment, and I'm not gonna get to go shopping because my car is probably gonna have to get towed because the whole problem that was wrong with it is the alternator was going bad, which then if the alternator goes bad, it kills the battery. My car's like dead. I'm stranded at Publix. I'm sobbing my eyeballs out in the parking lot, and everyone's just staring at me. It's hot as balls outside, and I don't have AC because the car won't turn on, so I'm sweating profusely in my super cute outfit with my freshly done hair, freshly done makeup. Everything is ruined. And I didn't even get the right fucking kind of pickles. Both of my parents are working, but I called them. My mom can't come because she's short-staffed at work. My dad is about to go on a meeting, so he can't come right this second. I have to wait. Like, I think I was there for like an hour and a half. It was so hot. I sit in my car for like an hour, like literally sweating my butt off, and then I calm down and have to go inside of Publix. I go to the customer service counter, and I just start bawling my eyeballs out. Literally, like, I could not contain myself. And then the lady was like, oh my gosh, what's wrong? And I was like, it's just really hot outside and my car broke down. Is there anywhere that I can sit? Like, I was just so upset. Like, I was so frustrated because I was so excited for these plans. And literally every year for my birthday, like, it doesn't matter what I have planned, it goes wrong. Like, this is every year. I've never had a fully good birthday. I normally don't even do anything for my birthday because it just fucking sucks. Also, side note, if you watched my video from yesterday, I found my eyelash curler in the same place that I looked 400 times. So I stopped at the Publix employee for 30 minutes, and then my dad finally gets there and he brought me a new battery to put in my car, but the alternator is still dead. So I can't do any of the things that I wanted to because I have to take it to the mechanic, because if the alternator is still dead, it's gonna kill the battery in that time frame, like in that day, it would kill it. And there's no guarantee that they were even going to be able to fix it that day. Like, I could have had to wait the entire weekend because they're not open on the weekends. And then not be able to drive to my own birthday party, not be able to go to the beach today like I wanted, or get my nails rescheduled. Like, oh my god. Literally, I just felt like the world was ending. I practically, like, live out of my car and drive everywhere constantly all the time. So it was kind of like a necessity. My car is my baby. I love that thing. I think I was at the mechanic for like 3.5 hours. I literally left just in time to make it to work. and I got to do nothing, and I spent $800 on fixing my car. But you know what? At least my car is fixed and she's running. It does need its AC fixed. It doesn't really run very well. And I need a full set of new tires, which is like $1,500. But my car runs, so it's okay. Bless my nail girl for being able to squeeze me in at 8 a.m. this morning. I got up at 6:30 to get ready, and then afterwards I'm going to the beach because no one is taking more things from me. My plan is to stay until sunset so that I can get pictures in my birthday dress at the beach with the sunset. Here's the fit. Bathing suit is from Kulani Kinis. Love you. Bye.
I was living in the dorms at the time I was dating this guy, and I found out that he was cheating on me through this girl's private story that one of my guy friends was added to. She posted a picture of my boyfriend on her story with a bunch of hearts around his face. Also, she had a bunch of guys added to this private story, and she didn't even go to my college. My guy friends showed me this, and I looked closer. The picture was taken in his room, the floor above my room, in his dorm room. So obviously I flip out on him and I break up with him, right? Well, okay, that happened in, I believe, May. He goes home for summer break, okay? We leave college, we haven't talked or anything. Fast forward to August, he comes back and he's trying to talk to me. He's trying to get back together with me, blah, 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 blah. Apparently he tells this girl that he wants to work things out with me and ends things, basically. I don't know what they were. I don't know if they started dating, but at this point, he breaks it off with her in August. So at this point in my life, I don't know what this girl looks like. I had never seen her before. I knew her name because my friend told me her name was, we're going to call her Katie, okay? Her name was Katie. That's all I knew. But she wasn't actually even from the town that I was from and going to college. Anyways, so one morning, I'm walking out to my car in the parking lot of the college, and I get in my car and I drive to the post office. I'm just running errands. So I pull up and I exit my car, and when I get out of my car, I see that I have a huge scratch from my side mirror all the way to the back bumper. I'm obviously like, what the fuck? Who did this? That is my first question that I have. Who did this? Because I'm inspecting it, just checking to see if maybe this was an accident, but no, that shit was deep as fuck. At this point in my life, I have no beef with anyone. I'm chilling. Like, life is good, okay? So I'm like, what the fuck? So I obviously file a police report, okay? And I file a claim with my insurance, whatnot. Still trying to rack my brain. Cannot figure out who would have done this, okay? Fast forward a year. I'm in a whole new relationship. We are 6 months in at this point. We're very happy. Things are great, okay? I'm over this man that cheated on me. I'm at a bead shop, okay, like a crystal shop with my new boyfriend and his family, his sister, his nephew, and his sister's boyfriend. We're in this crystal shop for a good 45 minutes. We're in there for a while, okay? We're walking out. I am walking out with my boyfriend and his family to my car. And as we're walking out, these two girls come up to me out of nowhere and they go, "Are you Peyton?" And I go, "Yeah." Then they go, "We heard you were talking shit about our girl Katie." And at this point in my life, I didn't know a Katie. No idea. So I'm like, "Katie who?" And they're like, "Don't play dumb." So I say, "I don't know a Katie." "Katie who? Who are you talking about?" And before they can even answer that question, it clicks in my head and I'm like, "Katie, okay." Then I think, my ex. So I'm like, "Are you talking about Katie, my ex's name, that Katie?" And they're like, "You know damn well who we're talking about." And I'm like, hold up. I haven't even spoken to that man in so long. And if you have a problem, take it up with him and not with me, because I have nothing to do with that situation. And I don't even know Katie, okay? I've never even seen what she looks like. And if I'm talking shit about anyone, I'm talking shit about my ex, not about her. I don't know who she is, and he's the one that cheated. So I was like, if you have a problem, take it up with him, not with me. And then they go, "Don't talk disrespectfully to us." And I literally laughed and I got in my car and we drove away. So not only did they follow me and stalk me in that store and waited for me to leave to try and run up on me or something, they really had a problem with something that happened over a year ago that I had absolutely nothing to do with. I was the girlfriend. If anything, I should be the one running up on Katie. And also, I have no idea who those two girls were from that day. So I don't remember their faces or anything. So if I would have seen them or if I saw them in public today, I wouldn't even recognize them or know them from those two girls because I don't remember their faces. Their faces weren't that memorable. Also, it was just stupid too because I was with my new boyfriend and his family when that happened. And like, it was funny because my boyfriend's sister's boyfriend was like, damn, I thought I was gonna have to beat some bitches up. So as we're driving away, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, that's weird because the time that I got my car keyed was around that same time that my ex told her that he was trying to make things work with me and cut it off with her. And then I'm like, how did she know my name? How did she know what car I drove? How did she know anything about me?
Get ready with me after being suspended for 3 days. Basically, I got jumped by the guy that I talked to, his cousins, because I gave one of them a dirty look. Well, basically, guys, I can't tell y'all too much right now. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all what happened, but I can't tell y'all, like, too much right now. It's my first day going back after it happened. I know that one of the girls that touched me didn't get suspended, and then she was there walking around school like a little dumb. And that grimy little rat-ass man won't stop calling my phone. Do you not understand? I don't want you. He was blowing up my phone last night, trying to bribe me with Lululemon. Bitch, I'll take the Lululemon, not you. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna get dressed. My friend is gonna come for me. We're gonna go eat, like 3 of my friends. I put this in my hair because I need a volume. I think I'm gonna wear these purple leggings. I put the purple leggings on. I think I'm gonna put like this jacket on top. I don't know if like the socks look weird. Should I change my socks? Never mind, guys. I changed my shoes. I put these Air Maxes on. My mom brought me a pig in a blanket. She's telling me not to fight anymore. I'm waiting for my friends to get here. He's gonna come for my other friend, and then he's gonna come for me. Let's take this out. They're here for me, guys, already. So, oh my god, they put up in the Mustang. Okay. Anyways, bye, guys.
I have some piping hot tea, but it's gonna remain nameless. Luckily for me, said person doesn't know this account exists, but one of my friends does. It's whatever, here's the tea. So a little bit of backstory. I used to live in Texas, and in Texas, we would live in like these houses and whatever. Like some houses it would be 6 girls, some houses would be 8 girls. Final house was like 3 girls. But there was this one girl there. I want to give her a name. Let's call her Anna. And then another girl who's like my friend, Kate, I guess. So basically when I was at Texas, Kate was like one of my like close friends. And Anna was chill, but like Kate and I were like really friends. Anna, I didn't really love her, but like I wouldn't say that like we were like on good terms, I guess. Anna ended up getting out, I think like how many months? Like 6 months before I did of Texas. Flash forward 6 months, I'm out. Anna and I aren't really in contact because we weren't really super close. Like we talked occasionally if there were like not other people to talk to. But by no means would I like call her my friend. So the significance of Kate in the story. Kate's a fucking queen. She slays. We love her. Unlike me, she was in contact with Anna kind of the whole time she was out of Texas. To the point that they were like living together. Like they live together. They both have their men. Like they're 18. Whatever. Fun times. At this point, I'm in contact with Kate. Not really a lot, but like we text every now and again. But Kate and Anna, they had this huge falling out. Whatever. Okay, so Kate told me the story. I'm 100% on Kate's side, but honestly, it could be biased, but I trust her. She sent me a text at 1 in the morning. I literally just woke up and I was like, okay, this is what I need to talk about today. But basically, Anna chose her boyfriend over Kate when they had their falling out. I would say Anna is about like 19 right now. 20 maybe. She's pregnant. And no, it was not planned. Holy, cause what? But she posted a TikTok about it, so I can't imagine she wants to keep it private, which is why I'm talking about it. With the caption of the sonogram, flex like me wanna be, okay. But it's a picture of the sonogram, and the fucking caption is oops. What the fuck do you mean, oops? Why are you treating it like it's some joke? It's a new life being brought into the freaking world. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're keeping the baby. They haven't been dating that long. And me personally, like, this is my personal opinion. I don't think that's like a great foundation to bring a child into the world in. The only reason I'm talking about this online is because she did post about it. So if you're gonna post about it, you're kind of letting people see that, so people are allowed to form their own opinions. Just from what I have seen and heard and experienced with this girl, I don't know if having a child this early is gonna be the best. It's honestly just crazy, like, hearing these things about people I literally once, like, shared a freaking house with. Despite everything I have said, I do sympathize with her, and I do, like, want it to be okay for her. Her man seems to be sticking around, so that's honestly really good. It's crazy to me that this girl's gonna be a mom, but honestly, I just have to, like, sit back and think. First of all, it's not my situation. Second of all, there's a plan for everything. I have to empathize in a fact where, like, oh, she's so young. It's an unplanned situation. She's living on her own. But I'm not shaming her in any way. I'm genuinely, like, she also needs to know that she, like, has people who are going to support her. And I mean, like, I know we're not the closest, but, like, and I wouldn't, like, house her or anything, but, like, if she needed some, like, emotional support, I'd be there. Anyways, that's the situation and the makeup, so I'll see y'all tomorrow in Cabo.